Hello, welcome to Appliance Master Live. I'm Bill, and again, this week I'm with Kari.
Hello, and we're going to be talking all about dryer vent accessories. I know we've talked about that topic a few times, but it's something that's very important to us, and there's a lot of good, useful information involved with the dryers, the dryer venting, and the proper equipment that you should have installed on it.
And we talk about it a lot because it's a real problem that's ignored, and people always take it for granted, and that's why we're going to beat you over the head with it until
we start getting more phone calls to fix the dryer venting in your houses.
I go on service calls with trainees from time to time, and I like to my finding is every single dryer call I go to needs some kind of venting correction, minor cleaning, adjustment, or totally inadequate. But virtually everyone I've been to in the last couple of years has needed some kind of attention, and people. I guess I gotta. I have to make
a dead horse.
Well,
it's not really.
I just pound my fist for now until we get a horse in here. No, the average when we clean a dryer, it's becomes 20 or 30% more efficient on average. It's significant. I mean, your drying time is shorter, energy usage is dropped, and that's the least of your problems. The most of your problems are. The last trainee I was out with had another dryer fire inside the dryer, and they lived in a 150-year-old farmhouse with a vinyl vent, so they were extraordinarily lucky that they still have their house. So it's important, and we're probably going to keep talking about it until it's not an issue anymore.
But I know in regards to some of the accessories, one of the main things would be
Well, before we go, I want to go farther. If you suspect that you even just want to look at, you're just a little fearful, we do a dryer vent evaluation, $39.
Yeah.
And it's just...
They'll come over, the technician will give you an estimate to replace any of the components in the dryer venting as well as the cleaning. You may be okay, but there's a good chance you're going to need some kind of update on that.
And more importantly, he'll take actual readings, so airflow readings and pressure readings inside the system to make sure it's adequate. Yeah. And that's... for $39, it's well worth it, and it's for
the peace of mind, and the numbers don't lie. So
and one of the one of the easiest things, I have to drill this into our technicians' heads constantly, and homeowners too. Almost all of our homeowners use dryer vent sheets, right? I'm at 75%, I'm a vast majority. It's a ShopRite brand, but dryer vent sheets. They leave a film on the clothes. That's kind of what makes it feel softer. That film goes everywhere. And the film also goes. This is a dryer vent from a
lint filter.
Lint filter. That's right. And I don't know if I get a good picture on this. It's okay, dirty, clean. This restricts the airflow nearly I don't know 100%, but significantly. Just this alone. This is 100% from dryer vent, the sheets. And this just cleans up with soap and water, sponge, and that is something everybody, and again, this is a fine mesh. This fabric is fine. Yeah. Some of them have a window screen. It's metal.
A little thicker.
Yeah, so those it's harder to clog those, but a majority of brands have this type of filter. So don't check it right now, but as soon as this is over, as soon as this video is over,
check the filter and see if it needs to be washed.
Yeah. That's your homework. I want to hear back next week. What else? Is something you want to talk about? Or
well, I think a big issue now that we've seen on several different Facebook postings and groups, for the different towns and neighborhoods, is people are getting bird's nests in their vents.
Yeah.
So, one person posts about it, and then you have 100 other stories. And I think that, we wanted to talk to you about what kind of determination for the vent, is that what it's called?
Yes.
On the outside of your house, which will prevent the critters from getting inside and making a new home in your home.
I don't know. I just came back from helping my daughter move. She moved to a new townhouse. And, you can take me out of Flemington, but you can't take whatever. You can take the pine stick out of whatever. But anyway, I'm walking around her development, and I swear, a third of the vents have straws sticking out of, you're looking at something like this, and you can see straw and grass things. Somebody's up to no good in there. There's and I if I had my tool, she lived on the second floor, so I would have checked it out, but it was too hard to get to. But it's extremely common that, especially now in the springtime, birds, early summer,
yeah.
birds, there's nests in there, and
All the babies are hatching. They need to make their new homes, so
yeah. So
they're looking for trouble.
Your dryer will work fine with a bird's nest in it. It'll work a lot better without a bird's nest in it. So the other thing that vent I just showed you is we don't
recommend this type of vent.
This is
combination.
it's aluminum. It's going to last forever. Mm-hmm. However, it only allows the flap to open that far, and that already is a restriction in airflow. These are best for kitchen fans, bathroom fans, not for dryer vents, closed dryers. Mm-hmm. And
there's another type that's not that great either. It's the plastic.
Yeah. It's even more common.
Fan.
This kind is more common. You want to know why it's more common?
It's cheaper.
It's cheaper, and it's like these little. One dryer load is going to remove at least a gallon of water from the dryer load, and that gallon of water passes through here in vapor, and it's going to get moist, and with that is lint, and before long
it's completely clogged.
Yep, it sticks to this. They get weighed down, and
well, and even the openings on these little flaps is pretty big. It's definitely big enough for a mouse or a chipmunk to get through.
Yeah,
and those are some common visitors.
Yep, we've seen those too. Also, what happens is this plastic, it breaks quickly. Mm-hmm. I mean, it gets brittle in the sun.
Yeah, especially now.
They fall out, and if you have these, odds are you're missing at least one of these. Mm-hmm. So take a look. And of course, what we replace all this with is we only use it's steel, powder coated steel, so it's probably going to last longer than the paint or siding on your house. And it's like totally maintenance free. And what happens is this door will open as much as is needed as the dryer can push it open. And so whatever the airflow is, and also what we like about this, other than the durability and efficiency, is that it's a lot easier to clean. Mm-hmm. So we have 4-inch.
The brushes.
Yep.
For the dryer cleaning tools.
Yep. And
easily fit in there.
Yep. And so it's easier to clean. It lasts forever, and it allows the right amount of airflow to come through. So what you were talking about, like critters moving into your house, you're gonna say, but Bill, you could fit a groundhog in that thing, right? So
pair it with the fender cover.
Yes.
And you've got a perfect setup.
Yeah. So we would place this over this, and like if you're even suburbs, rural areas get all kinds of, but everybody has birds. Mm-hmm. So, and this is again powder coated steel, and it's gonna last a very long time. Mm-hmm. And if you notice, there's no crossbars going this way. Like some of the other ones in the field have crossbars like that. Those get clogged. Those get clogged with lint coming out. Mm-hmm. Because of the long designs here, I've never seen one of these clogged like with lint ever. That's why we truck stock those. Mm-hmm. Anyway, and so also in our profession, I find that technicians at work, I don't even know if I want to call them technicians. It seems like there's a lot of handymen that clean dryer vents, and they like.
Or are they just using a shop vac?
I don't know what I've seen terrible jobs. I've seen some where they just use a brush from the outside and they shove a brush in, and all it does is take the lint and packs it into like a snowball. It just packs it down the line, and it's like I don't know how they get. I mean, that's probably why they can charge $25. But anyway, whenever we do a job, you don't necessarily have to visually inspect internally the vent all the way. I mean, after cleaning, but like we'll use a tool like this. This is an anemometer to measure airflow. Mm-hmm. Can you say anemometer?
Anemometer.
There
we go.
So that's just one of the tools we use. And everybody that cleans your dryer, inspects your dryer, should take a reading like that every time.
Well, with every dryer call we do go on, our technicians are required to do a dryer vent analysis with that. So they'll take the readings and the airflow and make any necessary recommendations for the venting to get replaced with any dryer call that we go on. Yeah, but
just like closed dryer venting, just like every appliance we work on, dishwashers, refrigerators, built-in refrigerators, high, light commercial, everything we do, we insist, of course we insist on excellent customer service, which is something we don't talk about much, but we also insist that our technicians have the best training and they totally knowledgeable about the product they're working on. They're and But as I expect these people to be, high-end craftsmen to take their, profession seriously, and our technicians do.
They
that.
are, and they're all prepared. They can generally get the venting, repaired and taken care of in one visit. They are all stocked on their service vehicles with the proper venting and the accessories that go along with it.
Yeah, and they're, they're professionals, and they're not, moonlighters, or have, these guys do a great job, and for not more money than some of these less qualified individuals.
Yep. Well, if you have any questions about your dryer venting or your dryer, feel free to leave them in the comments, and we'll definitely get back to you. You can also call us at 800-752-7123, and we'd be more than happy to set up an appointment for someone to come over and do a dryer vent analysis on your.
And I always like to mention our website, APPLIANCEMASTER.com. It should be easy to remember, APPLIANCEMASTER.com, for any of the phone numbers. And you can even schedule online.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, well, thanks for tuning in, and then we'll see you next week.